Hey, what is up, YouTube? It's Rules for Rebels here, and today I got an idea that's going to make you guys some money. So, you're all probably familiar with the concept of retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage is I go out to Babies R Us, I see a sales shelf in the middle of the store or a clearance rack, and they have an 800 pack of baby wipes on sale for $17.99, so basically 18 bucks. Now, we go on Amazon, we look to see what this same 800 pack of baby wipes from Babies R Us is selling for on Amazon. And wow, to our surprise, it's selling for $46. So what do? We buy it. We buy the baby wipes at Amazon, buy out the whole shelf or however many you want. We run home, we list them on Amazon, and they sell for $46. We only paid $18 for them. So let's see, what is 18? 46 minus 18. So we got 46 times 0.15, so that's going to be the Amazon fee. So we'll say 7. So we got 46 minus 18, which is the cost of the baby wipes, gives us 28 minus 7, which is going to be the Amazon fees, and that brings us down to 21. The original cost of the product was 18. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're left with $21 profit after this retail arbitrage. So retail arbitrage is basically the process of finding things in retail stores that you can turn around and sell for a higher price on eBay or Amazon. Now, retail arbitrage, it's good in the sense that it's fairly simple. Almost anybody can get started with it. It doesn't take a huge budget to get started. You can go out and buy one item to turn around and resell. Retail arbitrage has taken a hit lately, though, with the new Amazon brand gating policy. You're really not allowed to sell a lot of brands any longer, so that's really going to put a hurting on retail arbitrage. You can still do it on eBay, although in my opinion, things tend to sell for a lower price on eBay. So any of you guys who were formerly doing retail arbitrage who are finding it more challenging these days, I have a new method for you. This method is going to be service-based arbitrage. So essentially, you're going to find services on Fiverr.com that you can buy for $5, mark up to $20, $25, $50, $100, and then pocket the difference by just hiring the guy on Fiverr.com to do it. So for those of you guys who don't know, in terms of VAs or virtual assistants as well as Fiverr, there's a lot of people in countries like India, Pakistan, the Philippines who have like master's degrees in computer science. They know C++, Ruby, Liquid. They know all these, like literally, these people in the US would be making a couple $100,000 a year with their skill sets and their skill bases. But in the country that they're from, they're making $2 to $4 for it. So basically, we're going to be hiring people who will do jobs very, very cheaply on Fiverr, and we're going to be selling those jobs to people on Craigslist. Now, one of the simplest and easiest ones is going to be logo design. Now, logo design is fairly simple because with web design, you know, there may be shopping carts involved. There's multiple pages. Not only does your customer have to like the look of the website, but they're also going to have to like the functionality of the website as well. Whereas when we're doing something like a logo, it's pretty straightforward. Like they're going to give you some guidance in terms of what they're looking for. You're going to pass that guidance along to your Fiverr designer. The Fiverr designer is going to do the work. You're going to go back and pocket the difference. So we're going to go down to the gig section on Craigslist here, and we're going to type in logo. Now, logo designer illustrator. Looking for a logo designer who can take my inspiration and develop it further and possibly come up with other concepts for a spa, health, wellness industry. So my advice when you're using this method, try to find a couple of designers that you're going to work with regularly and don't be hopping around to different designers all the time. And the reason for that is because some Fiverr designers aren't good. Some Fiverr designers, you're going to go pay them for a job, you're going to pass along all the details. 5 days, a week's going to go by, and they're going to be like, oh, sorry, dude, I can't do the job. And you just wasted 5 days, and now you're starting from square one. So I would personally find a handful of Fiverr designers who you know you can count on. And as you start to do more business with them, they're going to value your business, and they're going to want to keep you around. So you're going to be kind of their top priority. They're going to make sure they get back to you quicker. And when it comes to logo design, one of my favorite designers is Amazon merch shirt. Is a seller by the name of Bell Decisiono. I've made some videos showing off this person's work before. This is by far my favorite designer, Bell Decisiono, out of Italy. I've been working with them for a long time. They've done an interview for my channel in the past, and I think a lot of you guys have used them because last time I talked to Bell Decisiono, they told me that they've gotten a lot of business sent my way from my YouTube videos. So great designer here. Now what they specialize in is t-shirts, and I believe all their gigs are going to be t-shirt related. But really anybody who does build an efficient online t-shirt store. Okay, so they've added more things. They used to only have t-shirts. Now they have mug designs, tote bag designs, etc. But I do know from personal experience that Bell Decisional will do business card designs, will do YouTube banners, will do blogger banners, will do WordPress banners. So once you get hooked up with a good designer, you're not just limited to logos. Like Bell Decisional has designed logos for me, but Bell Decisional will do pretty much anything. So we can look for logo design opportunities. We can look for people looking to have business cards made. We can look for people who need social media headers. And not only can we look for jobs, but we can actively put out our own posts on Craigslist, like, hey, I do logo design, whatever. But if we kind of scroll through here, a lot of people are cheap. A lot of people are basically looking for somebody who's going to work for free. Like everyone's like, hey, I'm looking for a student who will do all this free work for me, and I'll let you use my website in your portfolio. Like, get out of town. We want people who are actually paying money. So normally I find a lot more, podcast logo wanted. Looking for someone who can create a simple podcast logo that can be used on the internet and elsewhere. Image must be in a format that allows it to be sizable for different media uses. So you should start to kind of get a little bit familiar with file types and things like that. This person, they obviously don't know the correct name to call it, but an image that can be resized without losing quality is called a vector image. Typically it's a PNG image or a vector image. Finally, it must also be original and relate to the show. The podcast does not generate any income or revenue, so we only have a small payment. So this person's willing to pay $20 for the design work. Now, I can go find, I don't know, Build Decision, might charge a little bit more for a logo design, but if we just go on here and type in logo design, there's plenty of designers who will do logos for $5, but a lot of them are starting to go up to 10. But there's plenty of designers willing to do logos for $5. This person will actually design 5 logos, so you can present 5 different concepts to the buyer. But basically, I would contact this person and say, hey, I can do a logo for you. What's your podcast about? Do you have any concept for the logo? What do you want the logo to look like? Are there any examples of logos you can provide me with that give me a better idea of like the color scheme or fonts you like? And they're basically going to write me back, maybe provide some pictures. Hey, here's kind of what we're looking like. Here's an example of a logo that I like, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to run over to this Fiverr seller. I'm going to buy their basic gig. I'm going to say, hey, dude, I need a logo design for a podcast. The podcast is about football, so it should be football related. I'd like the color scheme to be green and yellow. And I'd like a football incorporated into it. Now this guy is going to mock up 5 different logo concepts for me. I believe he offers unlimited, so he's going to deliver in 24 hours, which is really good. So, I'm not waiting around a week to get a logo to provide back to this person for feedback. 100% original. It's in vector format, which is what they're looking for, one that can be resized. And they offer unlimited revisions. So even if this guy gives me a logo and I email it to this podcast guy and say, hey, dude, here's this logo. What do you think of it? And he's like, I don't like it. I can go back to this guy and say, hey, man, I don't like it. Redesign it. Typically, this guy will give me some feedback. I really like the overall design, but can we change the font to something a little bit more bubbly? So I go back to this guy. I'm like, hey, dude, we like the design. Can you make the font a little bit more bubbly, make it kind of 80s looking? And he'll say, okay. And he'll give me the final logo. I send the file over to this guy. He pays me $20. I paid this guy on Fiverr $5, and I pocket $15. Now, this is going to be a little bit more labor intensive than some other hustles. I mean, listing something on eBay or Amazon and having it sell when you're sleeping is going to be a lot less work than being a go-between. But there's some good money to be made here. As far as what people can typically expect to pay for a logo or get paid for a logo, I think $25 is kind of on the low end. In this case, it's $20. Just from personal experience, from reaching out on Craigslist, looking for people to design logos for me, I would say $50 to $175 is kind of what most professional graphic designers are trying to charge. So we could kind of undercut a lot of designers, do it for about $50. We're giving people a deal, so they're going to go with us, and it still leaves us plenty of money to make. It's going to, we're going to pocket $45 at the end of it if everything goes well. Now, you can do this with anything from voice narration, Web design. If you're going to get into the logo thing, don't just think about like business logos. People need business cards designed. So you can, and pretty much whatever designer you settle on can probably do anything from social media headers to website headers to business card design to t-shirts to tote bags to mugs. So when you're looking for jobs, anything that's design related, your designer can probably do. Website design, you're going to be able to make a lot more money or a lot bigger margins. Let's see, website design. Um, Looking at entertainment updates, independent sales representative, freelance photographer, independent sales. No. Let's see, narrator, actor. Let's see if we look for a spokesperson. Model, legit on-screen spokesperson. Spokesperson, contact interview potential. Okay, nah. Promo staff. Anyhow, you guys kind of get the point. We're basically going to go around looking for certain types of gigs. Website designed. Have a blog looking to monetize it, monologues. Another thing we can do, there's another website called searchcraigslist.org. And this is one thing I wanted to touch on. So here we can go outside of our city and reach out to people all across the country, all across the world. Logo design. So here you can see professional logo design. I forget if this site allows you to. So this is going to pull stuff from people advertising themselves for jobs too. Let's see, search all Craigslist. Some of these search all Craigslist sites actually allow you to specify categories. So I might specify gigs. Let's see, we'll do 60610, which is Chicago. We're going to search within 1,000 miles of it. Logo, and we only want to search the gigs section. And they're going to show them like closest to furthest. Experienced carpenter wanted, body paint models, web design needed. So here's somebody not too far from Chicago. Oh, that one's been removed. Let's see here. Paint my car, basic design help, social media. I need some basic Illustrator help for 2 to 3 hours between 9 and 1 on Saturday, September 10th. Would like some semi-basic formatting help. Already have the logo. So this is something very easy that I could find somebody on Fiverr to do. This guy doesn't say what he's willing to pay, but I would contact him, figure out his budget, and then try to find somebody on Fiverr who could do that job. Now, a couple tips I have for you guys. There are a lot of people who do this. Not only are there a lot of people across the US who do this, there's actually people in India and all types of other countries who are contacting everybody across Craigslist on every city looking to do work. So one of the kind of tricks or ways to get gigs more easily or get jobs more easily, I find, is reaching out to people in your local area. I know whenever I've gone to hire people for web design or other things on Craigslist, I like to find somebody local. Why? Because the way that I learn best by doing. So I would actually like to sit down with the person who's doing the work for me and be able to like, okay, show me how you did this. If I want to make it such and such change to this website that you designed for me, how do I go in here and do it? And I actually like to kind of see the process unfold and be able to explain things to them or jot something down on paper. So I prefer finding somebody local as opposed to communicating with somebody far away through email or even like a Skype conversation or something like that. And I know there's a lot of other people out there like me. So how can you take advantage of people liking to work with somebody local? This guy actually seems like he wants somebody to sit down with him between his time. So by only contacting people in the Chicago area, I can say, hey, look, man, you're over in Forest Park. I'm in the South Loop. We're only about 20 minutes away. If you want to meet me at the local library over here, we can sit down and go through this in person. If you're cool with us just doing this over email or phone, we can do that as well. And a lot of people won't even want to meet up with you, but just the idea that they know that you're in their local city, I think you're more likely to be hired than some guy in California, for example. And whenever I try to find people, I try to find people local. So that's the one edge you have over the 100 other emails people are going to get pitching their design or web design service or whatever else. You being local is going to kind of give you a leg up. So that's why I do like to focus on local things. If you're not finding enough stuff locally, go to either like Search Tempest or what's the other site I went to? Search Craigslist.org. And here you can search all cities. This one again does not allow you to specify a category. This one allowed me to specify the gigs category. Sports photographers. Okay, we got another logo designer here. Let's see. I need a graphic artist for my company. That might be a full-time job and not just a gig. Logo designs and graphics. Logo creation for startup needed. New company looking for a creative person to design company logo. Company name is Clover Integrated Systems. We resell cellular phone signal boosters and related items. Logo must include a four-leaf clover and some type of symbol that indicates cellular technology. Examples for reference, but we are open-minded. Simple job, straightforward, pay for the product. Must be willing to design a simple release of ownership of the logo. Must be computer ready image, so they're looking for a vector file. If logo is accepted, we will use submitter for all other projects of this nature. Don't be shy. $100. So these guys are willing to pay $100. So literally I can run over to Fiverr. I can say, hey dude, make me 5 logo concepts. I pay him $5. I run back over to this guy's. Hey guys, I got 5 different logo concepts for you. Okay, cool. Here's your $100. I go pay this guy $5. I pocket $95. And then if these people need a header for their Facebook group, if these people need a thumbnail for a YouTube video they're making, etc., they're going to come back to me. Maybe they pay me $50 for the next project. I run back over to my logo guy. I'm like, hey, you did a logo for me before. I'm looking for a Twitter header. Can you do that for me? Sure, yeah, we can do that for you. $50 from these guys. I pay this guy $5. I pocket the other $45. So you can kind of start building up a client base who are going to continue coming back for, hey, we need business cards made. Hey, we need a new logo for this or a header for this social media site. So this is the concept, guys. It's called service arbitrage, and you're basically using cheap services on Fiverr that you can resell for more money elsewhere. Now, to me, Craigslist to Fiverr is one of the easiest combinations. But there are a lot of other sites out there where people are looking for logo design. Some people set up profiles on Upwork or Elance or some of these other freelancing sites where jobs tend to go for more money than Fiverr, and they'll go buy the job from Fiverr, but then quote somebody $50 on the job on, say Upwork or something like that, and they pocket the money. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. But essentially, it's very similar to retail arbitrage, except instead of buying products at Walmart to resell for a higher price on Amazon, we are buying services on Fiverr for $5 that we can resell on another platform for more money. Now, like I said, when you first get started out, do something simple like transcription. If somebody has a YouTube video that's maybe 30 minutes long and they need it transcribed into text or into words, there's people on Fiverr who for $5 or $10 will transcribe up to 30 minutes or up to an hour worth of video. And people will pay a lot more for that on a site like Craigslist. So you can do transcription, you can do logos. I would start out with some simple stuff like that. Once you get a little bit more adept at this, you may want to jump into doing like web design as well. Because on web design, somebody may be willing to pay $1,500 for a website. You may be able to get it designed for like as little as $30 on Fiverr, and there's a lot bigger margins for you. I'll give you guys a quick example. I accidentally deleted this before I got to show it to you guys, but I was trying to set up a forum. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what a forum is, a forum would be like city data or something like that. It's a forum where people join, they have a profile, they can ask questions, they can answer questions. Reddit is sort of a forum. But anyhow, I wanted to get a forum set up where you guys and me could kind of talk about making money online and different methods and Facebook advertising and all this different type of stuff. Now, you can use something like vBulletin that costs like $200 a month, or there's something called PHP, which is like a free open source system. It actually hooks up very well into like GoDaddy and a lot of these websites. There's like a one-button installation, and then you can kind of lay out the categories and stuff like you like. But if you want to do more advanced stuff, it gets complicated. I could see somebody paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars to have a forum set up for them. I actually found a guy on Fiverr who built an entire forum for $30. Now, that's something you could probably easily sell for $300 to $500, if not more. So as you get more experienced, or if you already have a little bit of familiarity with web design and things like that, you can step up to web design and make a lot more money. But just wanted to share this concept of service arbitrage with you guys. If any of you guys were former Amazon arbitrage guys who are being hurt by the whole brand gating thing and looking for a different way to make some money, you may want to check out service-based arbitrage. So if you guys have any questions about this method, drop them in the comment section below. If any of you guys are already using this method, drop a comment below. Let me know if you like it, if you don't like it, if you're making good money, etc. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it on social media, and if you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button below, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I'll catch you on the next video, and we'll talk to you later.